Hello, my loves. Again, I'm just guided to come on and sort of freestyle. Not even sure where I'm gonna post this video, but it feels significant to share that because we're really in this time of just being in the present moment and allowing things to unfold naturally and effortlessly. So all of a sudden, I'm just guided to go into the shaman dream. Whoa, okay, that kind of flew out. A message clearly wants to come through. Hollow bone teachability came out, flew across the table, and flipped upside down. This is immediately bringing this thought to me about how we have gone deep, deep into the shadows, into the darkness, to learn, to retrieve ourselves, to reparent ourselves, to restructure our foundations. And it feels significant that to me, this feels like a pivot point of actually climbing and coming out of the darkness and into the light, is what's coming through. There's this part of me that wants to acknowledge, of course, we're always still learning and growing, and there's going to be things to face. This is just part of life on planet Earth. But for those of you who have been in the depths of the shadows, like really facing those devil energies and the darkness within yourself, within your external world, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, environmentally, relationally. This feels like a huge, huge, huge pivot point out of the darkness. Okay. And it feels like your natural essence and your embodiment is becoming more and more of your natural protection. And what's coming through is like, it just feels like you're gonna know what you need to do. Like you have the answers, you have the tools. This is why you've been willing to face it, right? Okay. So my hair is obviously wet still, but we'll see. Just get it out of my face. How about that? Those all feel significant too, you know. When I sat down to actually get ready to record this, my whole computer for a minute had like the volume was really high and then I tried to turn it down and it went way low and then it was like trying to recalibrate itself and it was going up and down and up and down and I had to just like step back, pause and like let it finish doing what it was doing. So that feels like a significant message too. It was like my energy was ready to go and sort of sped up, but things needed space to recalibrate to what it is now. So, especially as we're coming out of the depths of the darkness and into the light, your system is going to recalibrate to where you are now. So, if you've been used to being hermited and sequestered and ready to like deal with all of these things, it's good. You have that information now. That's why you're stabilizing and securing yourself, feeling safe, stable, and secure, or working with that within each shift that you take. But this to me is speaking about feeling safe and stable enough in the lower chakras, right? In your own energy, in your own body that you've been shoring all of that up enough that you sort of can rise out of the caves, out of the caverns, out of the darkness, and start to come up above the surface into the light. It's also bringing me to that energy synonymous with the seed, right? The seed is sort of germinating and growing in the darkness, right? In the type of like womb space, the void, right? And then as it builds energy and momentum, it bursts above the surface. We were talking about this yesterday. And so yeah, let's see what else wants to come with this. That's funny. I just said that about the seeds, and the first card that came was the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So, what this feels like to me is where we were diving into the depths of the shadows, right? Into the lower chakras, into the places where we were imprisoned or frozen in our own subconsciousness. And where we've been bringing the light, we've been bringing the consciousness, we've been bringing the awareness. Like I said, the reparenting, the retrieving, the restoration, right? And now there's enough momentum built within that retrieval process that we're looking to a new day. And that's also funny because before I got on here, I heard that song, It's a New Dawn, It's a New Day, and It's a New Life that really came in. And there's a lot also coming in around, I know we're coming into the 8-8 portal. The energy of 9-9 is also about completion, and we're coming up on that. But I'm really sensing between now and, mid to the end of September, these next like 6 weeks or 6, 7, 8 weeks, it really feels like that recalibration time to settle into that new. You see how she's on the edge. She's ready to surf, but she's also sort of like just taking that pause and waiting for the perfect moment to jump into the water onto the wave, right? If you look, there's a little wave coming in, but she's not preemptively trying to force it to be something that it's not, right? She's building her momentum. Her fire is strengthening. Her light is building, but she's still just patiently waiting for that wave. She's waiting for the perfect divine timing. So it's this combo of knowing that it's all about divine timing, but also harnessing the opportunity, surrendered to source, waiting for that wave, but also understanding that we are a part of that conscious co-creation with source. So yes, some of it is surrendered and passive, but you see, she's also prepared and ready to step in and take action when it is aligned. Okay. So it does feel that over these next 6, 7, 8 weeks, if you're feeling sort of some of that, like I even said with the volume, some of the moving up and then going back and kind of this harmonization process, this recalibration, it does feel actually important that we allow ourselves to temper within that. So take this time instead of trying to rush forward to a wave that isn't there yet, actually let yourself recalibrate. This is this feels really, really good because it's gonna let the roots grow. It's gonna let the roots really expand and sink in. And through that process of that like recalibration, the nutrients has time to really seep in and then allowing you to grow upward towards the light out above the surface, but in a way that is very stable, right? Because if you have a brand new sprout, it needs some space and time to grow and build strength, right? So it really feels like right now is about building and growing strength, stabilizing in yourself, harnessing your essence and your embodiment, knowing when to take action, knowing when to be still, understanding that there is nothing that needs to be forced. If it's not aligning and it doesn't feel like time, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means it's just not time yet. So there's no need to force anything. This feels really important that we allow things just like how I came on here and said, I don't know what we're going to talk about or where I'm going to post it, but I still felt guided to come on and take action, right? So the divine essence wanted to move with me and through me, but I wasn't trying to force it to be something specific. I just came on and took action but I allowed the two to sync up together seamlessly so that whatever was meant to come through could come through, right? I do feel guided to get a couple more from the light seers, the smaller deck. Let's see. I just want to bring in, I feel like another support message for this next coming few weeks. Beautiful. So we have the strength card confirming that right now, you shoring up and strengthening and embodying into your safety, security, and stability into the roots, right? And then like letting that be your main focus, like really letting your roots feel nourished and strong and strengthened. And that is what's going to allow the creations, the experiences, the people and the places and the things that are aligned with who you are now and who you are expanding into to meet you. This right now is about you basically embodying the strength and receiving the results of everything that you've been doing up into this point. Okay, so I don't know, this feels really good to me. It's like you're allowing your own roots to be nourished by the work that you have been doing. You're allowing yourself to understand you know how to navigate the shadows, but there also does come a point where it's time to come back into the light, to come back above ground, right? To actually start to receive and reap and harvest the experiences and the aspects of life that you deserve to have and experience in your life, especially based on all of your willingness to drop into the darkness and face yourself, face your shadows, and embody into who you truly are more and more and more. And right now, this strengthening aspect feels like that internal marriage of the shadows and the light, the internal feminine, the internal masculine, your capacity to be strong yet soft, right? All of those energies you have been tempering and learning or want to continue to strengthen into. This is a really gorgeous, beautiful time to let yourself really nurture and nourish these energies. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I'm very excited to share this. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comments if you choose to participate in that. I'll put all my information to connect one-on-one if you would like to do so. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and take care. See you soon. Much love. Bye.